Good morning, guys. I am in Texas. It's freezing. I am so cold. I'm waiting for my Uber right now. I just got in. I landed at like 11:15. Flight took off at 9. You can see my breath. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. But I am headed to the interview now, and then that's gonna be like 4 hours, and then I'm coming back here. I was up at like 4 o'clock this morning. Tyler and I left at the same time so that he could get to work. And then I had to drive to Orlando to go to the airport, and now I'm here. I am freezing. I think they're growing cabbage in their garden, so that's cool. I'm at the Marriott. So cold. I cannot wait to come back and put pajamas on and get in bed and order room service. Okay, so I didn't really get a chance to vlog today, so I wanted to talk to you guys kind of a bit about the experience I had for the flight attendant interview that I went to today. So basically how my day started was I woke up. Some people were given the option to fly in yesterday, some people flew in today. I flew in this morning. I had to be at the airport by 7:30, and I got there at 7:30, and then my flight took off at 9:30, and at that point I was exhausted, so I was on the plane. I fell asleep. I got here, I Ubered to my hotel because I couldn't get a flight back tonight, so I had to stay the night here. I had to purchase my own hotel, which is kind of crappy, but I didn't have to pay for travel, so that's cool. After I got here, I just left my suitcase here because I didn't want to take it to the interview with me. So I got picked up by Uber, taken to the training center, which was like a 5-minute drive. The drive from the airport to the hotel was about 10 minutes. So from here to the training center, it was 5 minutes. The training center was super cool. There was like a lodge that's also their hotel for their training students. They have so many amenities for the training flight attendants, so that when they're here they can have some things to do during their time. But the lobby is like, everything is original from like 1957 maybe. So that is like super cool to see like everything as what it was. The lodge used to be the college for the flight attendants that they would put them through a while ago, but now it's just like the training that they have. So I got there and waited for about 5 minutes before they pulled me to the back, and then I walked into this room and there was about 35 people there already. I was the first one at my table. I sat down, and then some other people filed in, and there was about 8 of us. No, there was 8 of us at our table. There was a total of 40 people all together in this room, and it was, I don't know. Some people were super nervous, and I wasn't like that nervous because, I don't know. I was nervous yesterday. I was kind of nervous this morning, but when I got there, I was just like, I don't know. When I got there, the lead just told us that there were snacks and drinks in the hallway where the restrooms are, and then we got into the icebreaker, which was, I don't remember what they called it, but basically what it was we had a sheet of paper and we drew a circle in it, and then in the circle we listed 3 things that we all had in common. Ours was we like pineapple on our pizza, we all have animals, and we have all been out of the country. And then around it we each had one thing that we, like an interesting thing about ourselves, and mine was that I make YouTube videos. And then every table did that, and then one at a time we would all get up, and one table would have to write down and guess who said what. So there was someone in my group who had wrestled an alligator, and so I read that someone wrestled an alligator, and they had to point out who did that. So after all 5 groups went, we started the group interview process. They took us in groups of 8 to go do the group interview process. So I went to there was 8 of us. We got pulled back and there were 2 interviewers, and the interviewers were super nice and super like comfortable to be around. And so we all just sat in a line, and then the 2 interviewers sat over here and we just sat here. And they asked us a total of 3 questions, and the entire time that like we were saying what we were saying, they had to write down, or they were writing down everything that we said. So they had 3 questions, 2 questions which were like standard, and then 1 question was off of a card that like flight attendants had said that they had wished was an interview question. And so my interview question, or my card question, was my card question was, when was your last act of kindness? And so I answered that, but everyone's question was different. Some people's were like serious, and some people's were like something super easy that like it would be easy to come up with. So after the interview process, after the 3 questions were asked, they told us a little bit about the position, and then we were all sent back into the main room where the 40 of us joined back together. After that, we looked at a PowerPoint, and we learned a little bit more about the job. We learned about the pay, the benefits, the bases, and then they opened the floor up to us to ask some questions. And so we went on for probably about an hour of just like question answering, and the whole thing, like, you learn a lot of information about. This year alone, they have had 330,000 applications, 18,000 in this like go around, because like they break it up into different sections. So the section that I applied to, 18,000 people applied to it, and only like a select few people were picked to interview for it. And so that was like kind of a cool perspective about like, even if I don't get the job, like they thought I was that good to interview. I also have lint on me and I'm glowing. Why am I glowing? Anyways, yeah, so after we answered questions, we were all pulled one at a time to like go over our application and make sure that nothing had changed on it and that everything was still the same. And that was kind of like the end of it. So they walked us, one by one, they would walk us out to the front doors so that we could leave. A lot of people were going to the airport, so I was like one of the last people called because I have to stay here tonight. No, I get to stay here tonight. But yeah, that was basically the whole interview process. It was business attire. I didn't wear this. I wore a tank top and a blazer and pants and boots. They paid for the flights here and back, and then I just had to pay for my own hotel. If you came a day early, you would have to pay for your own hotel. And the only reason I have to stay tonight and fly back tomorrow is because they didn't have a regular flight for me to fly back on. I also had to fly out of Orlando and couldn't fly out of Tampa because they didn't have any more seats in Tampa available. So that was that. But yeah, that I guess is really it. If you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them down below, and then I will respond to them as quickly as I can and with the most accurate answer that I can. They didn't really give us a time about when we would hear back. They said just that they'll keep in touch and that I'll hear from them soon. I assume that's either way. No, that is either way. Either thanks but no thanks, or a conditional job offer. So we will see. And everyone there was like super friendly and super supportive of everyone, and it was just like a super cool environment to be in. But I am back at the hotel now. I just walked down the road to go get Starbucks, which is actually right here, and I'm gonna go get it. Yeah, I fly out tomorrow morning. I have to be at the airport by 4. And then other than that, that is it. I just ordered room service and I'm just hanging out. Gotta edit yesterday's vlog and get this vlog edited, and tomorrow night is like our last night in our apartment, which is insane, and I'm super sad, but Oh well. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe. And like I said, just leave comments down below and I will respond to them as quickly and as accurately as I can. That is it. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.